welcome to my channel. We're doing book club. This is my sister Rhea. And on the other side of us, we have my sister Ashley, who has decided to join us finally.
What?
We've been trying to convince you to do this since we started this.
Have you?
Yeah. And then in another state, we have our sister Sarah. Want to say hi?
Hi, I'm Sarah.
I know if they've watched, they probably know, but I feel the need to introduce anyway. How should we do this? Because I know you are the one who nominated the book that we had originally chosen, but then as we got into it, we decided that it wasn't family friendly, and so we changed it to Because of Winn-Dixie. So I guess because Ashley was the one that nominated it, we will have you go first, if that works for you.
Wait, nominated. Oh, my opinion on it? I have a banana in my mouth. I'm putting the banana down.
Oh, my banana.
Alright, you're on.
About what I think about Because of Winn-Dixie or those other books?
Just your thoughts about it, whatever you want to say about it.
I think Maria should go first.
I'm a little shy, Ashley.
No, I just didn't think about what I was going to say before I came up here. I didn't think about it.
Okay, alright. So, Because of Winn-Dixie is very much like a classic children's book. Mm-hmm. I never read it, but I have seen the movie. And honestly, the movie was kind of like it's a short book, so the movie
Kind of captured it, right?
really did a pretty good job. I will say that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Out of all books that turn into movies, they usually lack in the great, accurate, really close to the book. But I will say, because it was a short book, it was easier to put everything in there.
Well, that, and I also think they had a healthy respect for the book, and so they kept a lot of the really important elements of the book.
Well,
I'm trying to think of what was different.
It would be different, and I don't know how they could take anything, a lot of stuff out, because it wouldn't make sense.
Well, because it was like a 2-hour read of a book, and then the movie is like almost an hour and a half, so I feel like maybe it was enough content for one movie. I mean, they wouldn't, if it's a shorter book, then
they just kind of sped the timeline up a bit.
Yeah.
Well, also in books, you have to describe the setting.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Whereas in a movie,
You don't have to.
So it's a
you
lot
don't have to.
shorter,
It's just right there.
Yeah.
So
I can't even think of anything that they really took out. What was that?
Yeah, that was a weird noise.
notification.
Oh.
So I think that it's cute. And
Oh, yeah.
it's like, I like how you understand the character or like their feelings and their emotions, and she doesn't even really have to describe it much. Like it doesn't take long for her to describe it, and you already know like how they. I don't know. It's a very her writing style is very informative with little to no words.
Yeah, she is a great writer, and this is a book that I read when I was a kid, so it definitely holds a special place in my heart. It will always be one of my childhood favorites. So I will always love this book and the movie. Sarah. Ashley, do you have anything else?
I have a banana in my mouth.
All right, we'll go to.
Okay, so basically to reiterate all of the stuff that you guys were saying, I totally agree. Like the whole time I'm reading it, I'm picturing the movie in my head, and it felt like I was rewatching it without having to watch it, and it was impressive how true to the book they stayed in that movie. And just, I hadn't read it as a kid. I mean, that I remember. I've only seen the movie. And so I was like, okay, I want to read this and get it all, you know, because you have to read it, right? And it's one of those things that most people have read in, it's almost like, I think, assigned reading through schools. But that's why I was like, I'm not sure if I have read this or not. But even if I did, it's no wonder I couldn't remember, because it's literally the same as the movie. I mean, almost word for word some points, where you're just like, wow, okay. They used the movie, or used the book as like the script, which is what I say they should do with movies all the time. And I was very impressed with that. So it was refreshing to just have something so accurate, and to not feel like I was finally learning details about this book that I didn't know, you know, like there wasn't any big hidden secrets or little details that they just left out or whatever. Like there wasn't any of that. It was all right in the movie. And so, yeah. But it was good to go and revisit a favorite, because I did love that movie growing up. I loved how there were so many different walks of life that all came together, and Winn-Dixie really brought them together, and he could make friends with anyone. And that was the whole kind of premise of the story, was Winn-Dixie going around making friends and helping Opal to just open up and create a new life, and to be able to heal and move on in a healthy way from her mom leaving her. It's not like she got over it, but she also worked through it and was able to make friends and even just discuss that stuff even more so with her dad, which was cool. So, yes, I enjoyed it, and I'm very happy that it was so close, that the movie was so close to the book. I don't really know if there's anything else to say, because it's just like, yeah, if you saw the movie, you know. If you've read the book, you know. I don't need to go into details, but it's just like, yeah, pretty close to being completely accurate, or at least, yeah, word for word. And just being able to not judge people by their pasts, or, you know, appreciating that everyone has different things that they're going through, and to be kind, which is kind of what we're all here for, right? Even today I was talking with Melanie before her class, and I'm just like, you know, I want you to listen to the teacher, and I want you to be kind. Those are the two most important things. You need to be able to listen and follow instructions, because, you know, that's kind of important, but also be kind. You can't make friends if you're a jerk. And Winn-Dixie goes around just softening people's hearts and showing that there is good in everyone. You just have to find it. So.
Okay. Oh boy. Oh no. I mean, yes, again, with everything y'all already basically stated, it's like it's a book. That's for sure. Okay. I always liked the movie.
Okay.
When I was little, I guess it was a good movie. And the book was good too. Obviously, it was basically the same thing. It was, like Sarah said, was like watching the movie again, basically, except for longer. It was good. I don't know.
Do you have any favorite parts or insights onto specific things that happened? Like maybe how, I don't know, because Winn-Dixie, you know, impacted you.
Didn't really impact me that much, to be honest.
Well, you love animals, okay?
What does that have to do with animals?
We'll start with that.
The story is about a little girl named, what was her name again?
Opal.
India Opal.
Yes, exactly. She was the main character, wasn't she?
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that you wanted to do a book club with us for a reason. And whether it be you pick the book or you have an opinion.
All right. Well, I will say that it was really nice revisiting this book because when I read it, I was probably like 10 the first time I read it.
Imagine me
around about that age. And so rereading it as an adult, it definitely opened it up, or like I had a different viewpoint, obviously, because I'm an adult now and I'm not a kid, and it definitely made me have a little bit more sympathy for the dad, because like as a kid I'm like, well, why wouldn't he just, oh excuse me, I think I just spit, well, why wouldn't he just tell her about her mom? I mean, you know, like that not understanding as a child, and then reading it as an adult and having, not that I didn't have sympathy, but like understanding why he didn't want to talk about it a little bit more. So I think it's always interesting revisiting stuff that you've read as a kid because you always have different perspective. And I just, like you said, I just loved how Winn-Dixie really forced her out of her comfort zone, and the people that she came in contact with, they're all like, you know, they had something to teach her, or she had
not something to glean from their relationship. Yeah, like before she was, you know, new to town and hadn't quite made friends, but enough time to be there to could have made friends, but she didn't. And it kind of, when she met Winn-Dixie, it was like he opened her mind to a different approach to people. But also, through him, she re-met, you know, the librarian, and then she also opened her to a different way of speaking with people and getting along with people. And then Winn-Dixie found, gosh, what's her name?
The lady with the tree.
The tree? The one that everyone thought was a witch?
Yeah.
What's her name?
I don't know. I didn't even remember Opal's name.
Okay, well, her. Because for some reason we're all blanking here.
Oh my gosh.
And it was funny because then she also...
Franny, maybe?
That was the librarian. Miss Franny.
Yeah.
Was the librarian. Gosh, whatever. It will haunt us.
It will.
Okay, but then so it like fed off of each other and like changed and so then it really, Opal grew so much more mature and more as a person when before
Gloria
she was
Dunn.
like, I don't like, Gloria.
That's it.
And she didn't like the twins, the bald-headed babies, the giraffe boys, and she didn't like them. She didn't like Amanda. She thought Amanda was stuck up and all this stuff. You know, and then so those people she already knew, they were friends that she just didn't accept yet. Well, she was more open to Sweetie Pie at first.
Yeah, I think she was just like, yeah, she's a little kid. You know, like how kids are. They're like, if it's anyone, you could be a couple months younger than them, and they'll see you as like just
right away. She's like, you're invited to my birthday party. Are you coming? And then she's like, okay.
Yeah.
So that was like the first.
Wait, she invited them to her birthday?
No, Sweetie Pie invited India Opal to her birthday party.
Even though it wasn't for a couple months.
So her 5th birthday party.
Yeah.
And can I just say, I
6.
love Otis. Like, as a character, he is just the sweetest person.
He's very
Oh my God.
quiet and reserved, and like his story is a bit odd. Like he's kind of odd, to be honest. And you're like, okay. I don't know. I feel like there might be a little more to the story. Maybe.
Then just being like, I was playing in the park and the policeman came up to me and he was like, you can't be doing that. And I said, yes, I can be doing that. And then he arrested me.
He just kept
And then
playing.
and then he tried to take the guitar, and then he hit him. And
Yeah.
I mean, if someone touched my ukulele, I would hit them too.
I can see it this way, where he's like in his little turtle shell, and his guitar is like his security blanket.
Yep.
And like even like an autistic child, when they like can ignore you, and then when you're not getting their attention, you know, take what they have, or you know, something like that.
If you're not trained like me to work with them.
Improper.
Yeah. You never want to do that.
Then you know, then they're like, I don't know what you said. I didn't listen before, but you just took that, and then they usually react violently. And he hit the police officer, and of course, because he hit the police officer, that was really what was the escalation to jail time.
I really wouldn't be surprised if he is on the autism spectrum. He is higher functioning, but that is one thing, like if they feel overwhelmed, they fixate on something, and for Otis it was his music. And so I definitely agree. I think what he did was he just like shut off his ears and he just wasn't paying attention.
I wouldn't
and
be
then
surprised if he was
he had a
even
meltdown.
stemming.
Yeah. But I will say that like there are laws about street performance. You have to have the permit and stuff like that. In certain places. And so I wouldn't be surprised if that was the reason. So he probably didn't know or understand that. And so it's just...
And he probably didn't have anyone to explain it to him in a way that he could understand. He just knew that he was playing his music and that they wanted him to stop, and then he reacted and then ended up in jail. So those were the, you know...
Yeah, and he probably had to have like a public defender, and public defenders, no knock against them, but I don't know if because they're probably overwhelmed. They have a lot of clients and they have a lot of people they have to represent, and so they probably didn't take the time to explain it to him, and so he's just sitting here going like,
well, and not everyone understands how to, if someone's autistic, or even just sometimes there's people who just don't understand because nobody knows how to explain it to them in a digestible way.
Yeah, and I don't remember the exact year that this was released, but I do know that it was in a time before autism was generally
Are you saying
known.
he has autism?
I think he is on the autism spectrum.
Oh. Is that why you
As
guys
somebody
do
who has worked with kids with
Actually,
autism...
have you been listening to like this
that?
entire
No,
conversation?
I've been texting Coda this entire time.
I don't get
I'm
this.
putting it down.
I really don't. Do you have a book that you have prepared? Are you going to continue with us? And then, you know, offer or say what's
I mean, I do have a
Nominate? How
book
many
that
minutes is it?
I could put.
You know, we've been talking for a while, so maybe
Yeah,
we should.
well, we'll send it to you, Sarah.
Yeah, that's a good.
Hi. Like, I don't know what else to add. I agree he probably was autistic, especially the way he was, like, looking down and not making eye contact the whole time and looking away and not, you know, answering questions, just kind of, yeah, a little bit socially awkward. But, when you guys were trying to think of Gloria's name, I'm like, it's Gloria Dump! Yeah. But Ashley got it, so you're good. But anyway, I love the way she makes her invite the Dewberry Boys to her party. She's like, we're not having a party unless you invite those Dewberry Boys. And she's like, do I have to? She's like, yes. It's funny. She's like, but they're mean. And they're like, they're just trying to make friends with you and they don't know how because they're boys. It's like all of my life growing up. People always told me boys are mean to you because they want to be your friend. And I was like, that's the dumbest thing to teach kids, first of all. But it's true. Boys are jerks when they're trying to get your attention. If you know how to treat them, or handle it, I guess, it's not a big deal. But if you don't realize that's what they're doing, it's so annoying. You're just like, why are you so annoying? Seriously. I'm not saying all boys, but it seems like a lot of my experience that was the case. Are we moving on to nominations, or I don't know, because I have one ready. I may or may not have spent the last 20 minutes before our book club looking up a nomination, but I have one. So yeah, and I hope Ashley still keeps book clubbing with us. It's a great opportunity to bond and hear her thoughts on things, even if she doesn't have a lot of thoughts. That's okay. You know, it takes a little bit to kind of get used to the whole format of book club, and she hasn't done that before, so go easy on her. I think she's doing great. So yeah, are we doing nominations now?
Sure, we can.
Well, you were saying something about boys.
Oh, while you were talking, I was laughing because I was always told that if boys were mean to you, it meant they had a crush on you. That's what
And
I
she's
was
like,
always told.
so I don't know about making friends or whatever. And I was like, well, you know, boys think that girls are completely foreign. And usually, you know, girls think that kind of same way about boys, especially when they're young. So they're like, how do you communicate with this far distant person?
This alien.
Yeah,
Sure.
this alien from some other planet.
I know. I'll just pull her hair.
That will get her attention.
Yeah.
I would be
In
scared.
the form of not friendship. Or, you know, later on in the future, you know, possibly marriage.
Yeah. And let's be real, not all guys, but a lot of guys, a lot of boys don't necessarily know how to articulate what they are thinking or feeling. It's something they have to learn to do.
Yeah, and I just, before we go on to nominations, I will say that I think that the author, I cannot remember her name.
Demelia?
Okay, whatever. Her something. I saw, like, even the Dunlap twins grew.
Wait, I have it.
Because
Katie D'Amelio. DiCamillo. Kate
DiCamillo.
Kate.
I kind of got it.
She, they were struggling, obviously, from the get-go, becoming friends with her. And she was like, I just hate you guys, you're jerks. And, you know, they're probably like, yeah, we are, but, you know, let's go kick a ball over there. But again, that doesn't matter. We're just gonna play together. We don't have to like each other.
Yeah.
Just playing.
Let's think about our brother. I don't know if you guys remember watching him.
Oh, you said
hang
our
out.
brother.
Our brother. Watching him with his friends. Their idea of fun is
beating up on
wrestling,
each other?
and yeah. So to them, that is friendship. Because that's how boys are friends, at least at that age. So I guess, in a way, they don't see it as being mean, but to us girls, we're like, that's not how we play. So there is a big, huge disconnect right there.
Right, and
we
they're
don't wrestle.
twins, so they probably beat up on each other even more. And so that's like how they play. But at the end, at the party, you could see them growing in socially how you talk to people too. So there's overall, all of them grew and was able to learn from each other. And that's what community is, really, is
Well, you know what they say, it takes a village to raise a child.
It takes a village and a community.
A cult?
No, it's just a saying. Like, it takes more than one person to raise a child.
Yeah.
You have the grandparents, the aunts, the uncles.
The reinforcement, the consistency, the
Watching how others
overall
acted to them.
everyone. You learn.
Wow, we're getting into
Yeah,
that's
honestly,
how-
I don't even know that this has to do with the book anymore.
learning.
It's
It's educational.
For
This is
who?
your educational minute.
Your minute?
As
Yeah, it's been
professional
more than a minute.
nannies, people who've worked with kids.
Yeah, we can tell you
We're kids.
We're experts. Anyway, all right, Sarah, why don't you nominate? Unless you have more you want to say.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm with Ashley. That was more than a minute of what does this have to do with the book? Like, it's not bad information, just not relevant. So, my nomination is Beauty, a reimagined version of Beauty and the Beast. Hold on, let me see what the author's name is real quick. Okay, by Robin McKinley. Sorry, I should have had that pulled up, but I had it in my head and then I didn't. I was thinking about it. It's basically, I'm not even going to read the description because it's basically just Beauty and the Beast from a new perspective. In this one, her name isn't Beauty though, that's her nickname. Her name is Honor, and she has two sisters. She's one of three sisters. And her dad's a merchant ship owner. So, anyway, just another perspective of Beauty and the Beast, which we all love. Or at least most of us.
It definitely sounds closer to the original fairy tale.
Well, I will say that it makes me a little bit because I don't know if we remember the last retelling of a story.
A Whole New World?
No, that was. I guess that's different. I'm thinking Princess Mulan.
Are you talking the...
I'm just saying that was Sarah's nomination before.
Oh, right.
Mulan? Was it?
It was okay.
Yeah, well, her name wasn't Mulan.
Milani.
But it's
It wasn't Mulan.
Mulan's story.
Yeah.
And his
Was
name
it like the
Wolfgang.
original? You know what?
Yeah.
That does sound very familiar.
Do you have yours?
No.
Okay. Then I will go. Reading Winn-Dixie again, because of Winn-Dixie again, I kind of am in the mood to reread
Oh boy, what is
The
it?
Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson. It's another one of my childhood favorites.
Wait, let's just take a side note. And how many times have you read this book?
Oh gosh. I don't know if that's fair, dude.
More times than I can remember.
If it's more than 5,
Hey, in my defense, my book is also I've read more
It's
than
the
5
same
times.
as Pride and Prejudice. I stopped counting how many times I've read it after I reached 20.
Oh my god.
Okay, I've read Pride and Prejudice more than 20 times, and I honestly was so obsessed with this as a kid. It was like, we would go to the library, this would be the first book I would grab. So much.
And you go to the library every
single time,
week almost.
to the point where like mom actually bought it for me for Christmas. Like it was a Christmas gift. She's like, here it is since you love it so much. So
Oh my gosh.
that's how much I love this book, okay?
Now I'm curious.
I feel so judged right now. Do you have your book?
I don't remember what Sarah
A
nominated.
beauty.
It's
A retelling of Beauty and the Beast, except
Yeah.
her name is Honor.
Did you say Honor?
yeah.
Okay then.
Do you have yours?
I don't have mine with me. Well, I was gonna. Do you have? Are you setting it up? Is Maria getting hers? Okay.
It's on you right now.
Okay. Well, because I'm last minute, and the only thing that I've actually thought of was Percy Jackson, the Lightning Thief. So I'm just gonna nominate that because I want to rewatch or reread the series.
Okay. All right. Do you need a description or?
Oh, do I need a description?
Well, I mean, Sarah
We usually
Sarah
do those,
didn't
but,
give
like-
a description because she said it's, you know.
I think we pretty much all know the description of Percy Jackson because I think we've all read
Well,
that.
what
book.
about the viewers?
To the viewers
Okay.
now. I'm looking through right now, and I'm very confused. Oh, I have the first page. Okay. I'm already reading it right now. Apparently, I'm reading it. This is the entire book.
What?
Huh?
I'm just-
Apparently, you can get the entire book of the Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief on Google. I didn't know.
Really?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Okay, sorry. I don't know where I'm looking for the for the description about this book. That would help, right?
Yeah.
That didn't help. Oh boy, is this the back of it? Okay, Percy Jackson is about to be kicked out of boarding school again, and that's the least of his troubles. Lately, mythological creatures meets monsters. I can't speak. Lately, mythological monsters and the gods of Mount Olympus seem to be walking straight out of the pages of Percy's Greek mythology textbook and into his life. Book 1 of the New York Times best-selling series with the cover art feature from the feature film The Lightning Thief. Okay, that basically is the description of the book. Okay. Yay! There we go.
Okay.
I'm very
Rhea, your
sorry.
turn.
I don't know.
You don't have a book?
I do, but I don't want to nominate it.
Okay, well just say it out loud.
I do,
Just
but
say
I
it out loud.
don't because I.
Okay, that kind of makes me nervous.
I'm concerned. Yeah.
Okay, well, you'll know why once I say what
Oh
the
gosh.
book
Okay.
is.
All right.
Oh,
I'm
no.
prepared.
Okay.
I'm preparing myself.
I have my coffee. I embraced. Go.
So
I'm
it's
scared.
by Jessica Day George.
Oh my god.
Okay.
It's the Silver in the Blood.
Oh.
I don't understand.
It's a werewolf one.
Are you serial?
Yeah.
Bro,
New York Times bestselling author Jessica Day George begins a new series of historical thrillers with Silver in the Blood. Spoiled Society sisters. I can't remember how to say her name. Dacia and Lou return to their native Romania to do the bidding of the royal Dracula family. But when its devilish heir takes a fancy to Dacia, the sisters must team with a monster-fighting duo to break free from the horrific family legacy.
Yeah.
what I want to know is how long are these books because I'm voting for whichever is the shortest.
Well, mine is
Looks really big.
it's.
Oh god, those
I
little
would say
tiny
it's about
words. Those are so tiny. How do you see them?
We don't usually tell how long the book is. Part of the decision-making process.
is the context of the book.
Okay, Sarah, input.
Input or voting? Hold on. I heard Melanie.
Well, I was curious in what you would say about Silver in the Blood because Brittany was like, that's why she's never read it, even though it's one of Jessica's
Yeah, I'm just
Older.
not into that kind of like
2015.
werewolves and vampires. I'm just not
There's
into
no vampires.
It's not
I
great.
know.
just the
but, like-
Dracula family.
I know, but I put that in the same category of nope.
It's not vampires for some reason. Because there's no mention of vampires.
But which is weird. If you're gonna have Dracula, you have to have vampires, because like that's like. But obviously, I'm okay with that since I don't like stories like that. But
Yeah, you're weird.
I don't know.
So, who wants to vote first?
Ashley, you want to vote?
I thought Sarah was voting. She's still
well,
talking.
we'll just-
I want to.
We'll just send it to Sarah for her. Oh my butt. 2 cents.
Melanie must have gotten up, so
We can wait.
we can. Well, why don't we vote and then she can vote?
Go first, Brittany.
Yeah, Brittany, go
You're
first.
so eager to vote.
Yeah.
That's one for her.
Literally, we're just all.
I'm
vote for
torn
her.
between mine and Sarah's because you know me, I love fairy tale retellings. It's like my jam.
I do too.
Bro.
Until
That one.
it is.
yeah.
Sarah, I'm sorry, but no.
I hate stories.
I don't like it. I liked it until I hated it.
You liked it until you didn't. Because the ruined
I-
life.
I don't even.
Yeah, it's called extreme. You love it, and then your emotions are so strong that it goes right to hate. Doesn't
Whoa.
go to low, in between.
I've been hating it the entire time.
Okay, Ashley, what is your vote?
hating it the entire time.
No, I don't like story time.
Fairy tale
retelling, whatever is it called, because I don't even like stories in the first place. I don't like Beauty and the Beast. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like Belle. Belle is a really flat character. Belle is a very flat character. Belle is so uninteresting that I could literally make a book about how uninteresting she is because of how uninteresting
Doesn't that
the
make her
entire story is.
If you're making an entire book of how uninteresting she is,
But Mulan,
Doesn't
on the
it
other
dissect it
hand,
to make
okay,
it more
Mulan is my favorite Disney
you
princess.
would not have liked that book.
No, I probably wouldn't have.
Alright, you can vote for your own book. Go for it.
I'm gonna vote for my book.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry for the delay. Melanie had a poopy diaper. Not diaper, underwear. She had an accident. I had to clean up the accident. It was a mess. Anyway, y'all are hating on my book. It has really good reviews. And this book was written before the fad of rewriting classics. Like, this is a 40-year-old book. So, it sounds like it's really good. And it's not like just following the fad of rewriting a book. It's not really a remake as much as it's just a retelling. Anyway, oh, sorry. Breathe. I feel like I was just like running a marathon while y'all were talking. I don't know, because I've read Percy Jackson. I mean, I have the whole series on my shelf. Not obviously just the Lightning Thief and then the Heroes of Olympus. I don't have any of the newer ones, but I have read them. So I am a huge Rick Riordan fan. I love the books. The Secret Garden I thought was our backup. Wasn't that our backup? If we have to like re-vote and can't? I don't know. Obviously, we love the Secret Garden, Brittany. I mean, I remember when we shared a room and we would get the book on audiobook and stay up way past our bedtimes, huddled next to the cassette player with it on as low as it possibly could go so we could listen to it without getting caught. Like, that was one of those books. I mean, we had that and Magic Tree House and Anne of Green Gables. It was in those categories. So, I love it, but I'm not sure if it's like, I'm not ready for a reread yet. And I really hate werewolves. I don't know. I don't want to vote for my own, but I do. So I'm going to.
Okay, so a tally. 1 vote for The Lightning Thief and 1 vote for Beauty.
Whoa. So you voted for yourself?
Sarah's voting for herself. And then you're gonna vote for yourself, and then what? How are we gonna?
We all voted for ourselves.
How are we gonna? Yeah.
Well, I told you that I was like, I don't want to nominate, but I do, but I don't, but I really didn't. But I didn't have any other options because I forgot that I needed to actually nominate something until we were recording.
Yeah.
I've been busy.
Honestly, I had such a hard time picking a book because I don't know, like I've just felt so done with like new books, you know?
Yeah.
I like the one that we had originally chosen. I was really looking forward to that, and then it throws unnecessary stuff in there without trigger warnings.
I agree.
And I'm just like, you know what? I'm kind of done with modern books at the moment.
I know. I was just reading a book from one of my. I've read pretty much all of her books, and I love them. And I was just reading this one book, and it was one of her earlier books too. And I'm like, what? I mean, it's a teenage book, so her target audience was teenagers, and they were bad teenagers in the sense of drugs and alcohol and whatever.
Ooh.
And I'm like, what? I was not expecting that at all because she had never written anything like that before.
Okay.
So now I'm like, oh, that is so disappointing. Like, it was one of her earlier works, but like now I'm saddened.
Yeah, I
so
really
it's
do.
like things like that where you're just it's hard.
It really is. I honestly, I find myself just, I've always loved classics, so this isn't surprising, but I've just only been reading classics lately. Well, obviously Agatha Christie and Sir Arthur Conan Doyle and Jane Austen, you know, I have my favorites, and I don't know, I just like...
You want something to take you out of this world of all the bad and the negative and make you forget that, transport you into a new world, basically.
Yeah.
And be...
Well, that, and like,
Are you saying
I can't speak for everybody, but one of the reasons why I read is as a, when I'm not working, as a relaxation. Like, I want to de-stress. I don't want stuff like that.
There can be like slight dramas.
Yeah.
Obviously, you need something for the book to be interesting, but obviously, you're not like real life drama in the stress factor and the like
anxiety,
that part,
and the stuff that just breaks your heart.
It's intriguing, and I want to learn, keep reading versus, oh my gosh, and I'm like super stressed out about this, and I have to keep reading because, oh my gosh, is she gonna die or is she not gonna die, or dramatic, stressful.
Yeah, so that, I guess we're both in the same spot right now.
Because I like reading.
I do too.
And I feel like the supply is dwindling.
Yeah. So my vote is for Sarah's book, Beauty. I'm sorry, I just don't want to read about werewolves or whatever.
You look very
I didn't
offended.
expect you to pick mine. Really, I didn't. I already knew both of you were like, I know this book exists, but I'm not gonna read it. I'm pretty sure that we mentioned it. Like,
we talked about it.
And it came up because it's Jessica J. George.
It's so weird because normally we do like her stuff. She's one of our favorite modern authors.
I don't.
I guess she won wanted to just step out of her norm and do something different.
You know, and in that description it said series, but she hasn't written anything else.
I know it's been a while since that was released.
2015.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's like it wasn't very popular, so then popular. Gosh. So then maybe she decided not to continue the series. I don't know. I don't know if that's a thing. So what's your vote?
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter?
No.
You're covering your face with your hair. Okay,
You
so
can't see me.
Beauty by what was the author's name again, Sarah?
Robin McKinley. Okay. That was really long. And I totally agree with you guys because I feel like I spend hours just trying to find a book worthy of reading, and then I start, like, I have never been the type of person to start a book and not finish it. Like, even if I'm not liking it, unless it's inappropriate, I do not stop. I've finished the book and then I form opinions because, you know, I gotta give things a chance, right? But lately, I've just been like, ugh, I cannot get into so many things. And it's just like, I have a whole bookshelf on my Goodreads shelf of things that I'm currently reading or will not finish, and I'm just like, disappointed. You know what they say? When you can't find a book that you're looking for, you have to write it. I just need some inspiration. I haven't written anything in years, so I can't really judge too harshly because, yeah. But I'm disappointed in modern writing. I do deep dive as far as the older the book, the better the chances are, I feel like. I love a good classic. And modern writing does not excite me at all. So, anyway, I will send y'all a picture of the book so you can find it, and I guess we're done. I don't know. Although now I'm really feeling like rereading the Percy Jackson series. I'm not changing my vote, but I might do that too. We'll see. Maybe not starting with Percy Jackson, because in my opinion, if you're going to read the Rick Riordans, you've got to start from the beginning. And the beginning is the Red Pyramid. Kane Chronicles. Good stuff. My favorites of the series. And I have not finished the newest one, so might have to reread that too. But that's for another time. Maybe I'll nominate that next time. The new series, but at the beginning. I don't know.
Does it really take that much to make you want to reread it, though? Because I know how much you love Percy Jackson. I think I got it. Beauty by Robin McKinley.
Oh yeah, I found it.
You found it too? Okay. So, yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's book club, and we hope to see you next time. Bye!
Oh, don't forget to write down suggestions on what books that you think that we should read. Yeah, because we have not got.
Okay, my thing died. So, what were you saying?
To comment down below with your book suggestions for book club, because obviously we're running low on ideas based on our conversation, kind of. Anyway.
Yeah.